Even though the Detroit Lions didn't make the playoffs, I'm still happy where the season ended. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome to Detroit Lions Syndicate. If this is your first time here, we talk all things about the Detroit Lions, and we make videos almost every day, so consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. The Detroit Lions were just a half game out of the NFL playoffs, and that first weekend, man, that wild card weekend, it was tough to watch the Detroit Lions not be in the playoffs, knowing what could have happened. Just one play, one stop. If we made Seattle punt, if we actually kept the lead against the Minnesota Vikings, and it was tough. Last weekend was tough, not going to lie. And to see the Giants send the Vikings home, we all knew they were pretty much a fraud when we were going through the season. But as the divisional weekend came, and we saw the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Eagles playing the Giants were not a good team. And we saw that yesterday. But they were better than the Minnesota Vikings. See, the NFL season is simply about the playoffs. It's about seeding inside of the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, what you did during the season does not matter. We saw that for 2 years in a row now with the Dallas Cowboys. And as I'm watching these games, man, all I could think about was my team and how close my team seems to be to a nice little run in the playoffs. Now, we haven't won a playoff game in over 30 years. And you might be like, well, how can you be so confident in a team that hasn't appeared in the playoffs in what will be 7 years coming up this year, hasn't won a playoff game in over 30 years, which is 3/4 of my life? It's because I see what this team is building. And we want to build for sustainability. So I'm going to say something here that might be a bit controversial. I wish the Lions would have made the playoffs, right? Because it was we would have overperformed at that point. The Lions overperform. We make the playoffs. Nobody had us making the playoffs. Vegas had us at 6.5 wins. So we overperform and we get there. And I would have been happy with that. But at the same time, looking back at it now, watching the Dallas Cowboys, how about them Cowboys? Every year they're going to win the Super Bowl, and it all came down. And yes, they did win their first game, and then they got put out. But they beat a shell of a team with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What I want is sustainability. I want my team to not just make it to the playoffs, not just win one game, which would be awesome, but I want to see my team in the NFC title game. I thought about it today. Ford Field has never hosted a playoff game. Could you imagine? Just the Lions build a team like the San Francisco 49ers. Look at the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is why the reason I made this video coming off of divisional weekend is the Cincinnati Bengals went to the Buffalo Bills home in the snow and put the hurting on them. 27-10. It was never even a game. They were up 14-0 before the quarter was over. The first quarter was over. That's what I want my team to be. That's what I see. You know what the Cincinnati Bengals did? They built through the draft. Mixon, Higgins, Boyd, Chase, Burrow. They continue to build through the draft. I'm thinking about my team going deep, not just making it, not just winning one game, but making it to the division round. The Ford Field has never hosted a playoff game. Could you imagine? I'm not saying next year, but in the near future, if the Lions were the first seed, you would get a bye week. The first game, every game would be hosted at Ford Field until the Super Bowl. And I'm sure Ford Field would have like a Super Bowl watch party, right? So watching these teams, watching the fact that, and even though my team, they didn't make the playoffs, and it was their fault, right? They could have won a game. They could have just one more thing, and we're there. Knowing that they went out with a winning record, knowing that they beat the Green Bay Packers, knowing that the NFC North is in disarray, knowing that the Detroit Lions are going to be, in my opinion, the most stable team for years to come, it really does give you motivation. It gives you encouragement to go into the 2023 season. I haven't felt that in a long time, but I feel it now. I cannot wait until next season. I am excited. We have over 230 some odd days. And it's just like you're watching. You know what I want to see? I would love, the Bengals don't have the best defense, but they don't need the best defense because their offense is crazy. The Niners got the number one defense. You could see what the Lions lacked when watching other teams. And now I'm officially saying that Jamar Chase was the right pick. It was a combination. Was Sewell the right pick? Jamar Chase, I was kind of on the fence after watching today's game. Yeah, they still need an offensive line, but Jamar Chase is definitely the right pick. I will 100% say that now. So I just wanted to get in here. We back at videos tomorrow and every day next week. Just watching the NFL playoffs. And even though my team is not there, it feels like we're on the cusp of building something very special. And I've been watching this team since Barry Sanders, the end of his career, Calvin Johnson's entire regime, Matthew Stafford, Caldwell, Morningweg, Marinelli, Schwartz, Fonts, like Bobby Ross, all of these. And I am the most confident I have felt in a long time. Even though my team didn't make the playoffs, I am have utter joy talking about them. Even though the season is 8 months away, I still have a blast talking about the excitement. And to me, it just would be great to see the Lions not just make it, which is what we would have done this year. And believe me, a lot of y'all, man, we would have beat the Niners. I don't think so. I don't think the Niners defense is on the football. Their offense is one thing. Our defense is not that good. Their offense is one thing, but their defense is on the football like that. That's what I want to see from us. So I don't think we would have beat the 49ers. We would have fought them, but I don't think we would have beat them. And I don't know if y'all see that now, but I think we would have got bounced out the first round. But I can't wait till our defense looks like that. What a divisional round, what a wild card round, and what excitement I have hoping that my team, just expecting my team. Like I really believe, I've never felt as confident as I do now. We went from 3-13-1 to 9-8 after starting 1-6. We went 8-2 in the last 10 games. If we don't shoot ourselves in the foot in the first half of the season, who knows where we are? But our defense needs some help though. Free agency, the draft. What an exciting time it's going to be. Before you know it, it's going to be the draft. It's going to be free agency. Expect Brad Holmes to make a little bit of a major move, kind of a mid-tier move to upper tier. I'm excited, man. I am excited. I'm excited about the potential of this channel, Syndicate Sports Detroit, Syndicate Sports Detroit XL. Just excited, man. I have not been this excited in a long time. We didn't even make the playoffs, and I feel like we won anyway. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think in the comments below. Congratulations to the 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, for sending them Cowboys home. Cowboys fans, this is all they do, okay? Congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. I tell you what, the Bengals might wind up going back to the Super Bowl, and it's a good chance they could win it as well. So the Cincinnati Bengals are the team that I'm really looking at comparing them to the Detroit Lions. Just think about this. The Cincinnati Bengals were building through the draft. Joe Burrow was the pick. They picked first in the draft 3 seasons ago. 3 seasons ago. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and in Jamar Chase's year, they go to the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying the Lions are going to do that, but you know what? I would not say it either. Depending on what the Lions can make some noise in the playoffs this year, man. I'm going to call it like I see it. If this thing is done right, why can't we be the Cincinnati Bengals? Let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I know I've been hit and miss with the videos, but that's all right because we got more time now that the offseason is officially approaching, and I will have more time to make videos, man. So don't forget about Syndicate Sports Detroit, Syndicate Sports Detroit XL. We hit 300 subscribers on XL, and we just hit 2,000 on Syndicate, so I appreciate y'all. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. The Lions aren't on their way, because they're already here. Go Lions.